So I'd mentioned in my video earlier today, I know, 2 videos in one day, crazy. But what I had mentioned was that my appetite was finally back 4 days post-surgery. But I don't think everybody quite understands what it means to talk about like not having an appetite. So just to document this, just for people's information and just for my future remembrance of what I'm going through right now, I thought I'd walk you through what it looks like to eat after you've had gastric bypass. So this is the procedure that I had done. It's called a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. And I'm gonna try and walk you through. Obviously, this side is the traditional digestive system, like the way food goes through. Well, what you can see over here is that the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, it takes a chunk out of your stomach and makes a very small pouch. And that's all that your stomach, like that remains of your stomach. And then all the rest of this is just kind of bypassed. That's where the gastric bypass term comes through. So the stomach right here is very, very tiny, and it can't hold a lot of it can't hold hardly any food. So let me give you an example of what a meal looks like for me directly after surgery. So I have here some of what I had for dinner tonight. First, I had some grilled chicken that is pureed because of my stomach recovering. All the food that I have to have is pureed at this point for at least the first 4 weeks. So this is the basic amount of what I've had for protein. This is a 2-ounce container, but it's only full about halfway. So I have about 1 ounce of protein at every meal. And then through the other meals, I have to cycle through a vegetable, a starch, and a fruit. So today for the starch, I had mashed potatoes. So this is just instant mashed potatoes. And they're also in these little 2-ounce cups, about halfway full. And for me, that was my dinner, was 1 ounce of chicken that's been pureed and 1 ounce of mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes. And that is all that I had for dinner today. So, and honestly, the way that I feel very full after eating that. The other thing that's interesting is that because the size of your stomach is so small, you have to eat very, very slowly because there just isn't sufficient room for food to go into your stomach all at the same time. So I was a very fast eater for my whole entire life. I've always been a fast eater, but you really have to discipline yourself to eat slowly. And like what the dietitian in the program that I'm a part of recommends is taking at least a half an hour to eat your meal, even if your meal is only 2 ounces. So it is definitely, I use a little tiny like sample spoon that you would get like at an ice cream shop or something. And then I just take very small bites and I kind of spread them out over a period of time, and that's how I eat. And it's definitely an adjustment. It definitely takes some getting used to, but I'll be able to add a little bit more over the course of the next year and a half or so as my stomach and my system heals. But really, I'll never be able to go back to eating the volume that I was prior to surgery, nor do I want to do that. It's a real adjustment that's a permanent change to how I have to approach food. The other interesting thing, maybe not super interesting, but the other aspect of having gastric bypass is you're very sensitive to things with added sugar, and they can too much added sugar can actually make you really, really sick. So it's a lot of watching nutrition information, looking for the amount of added sugar. The other way that you get calories and get your protein is you drink it. So this is just one of the things that I've tried. This is a protein drink that I bought at Costco. This is vanilla flavor. They also have a chocolate flavor. It's very similar to like Fairlife, if that's something that's familiar. But it's just 30 grams of protein, but there's 0 grams of added sugar and 150 calories. But there's 30 grams of protein in this one can. And so for me, it's perfect because I can drink and get 30 grams of protein. And yeah, so you end up, when post-surgery, you end up drinking most of your protein because you can't really eat a large meal with a lot of protein. But you really want to avoid being protein deficient. So protein shakes, protein powders, all that good stuff. We also have protein water that has 20 grams of protein in it, one bottle. So yeah, lots of ways for you to get protein and stay full, even though your stomach is tiny. So that was my little walkthrough of what it's like to eat as a gastric bypass surgery patient. So hopefully this was helpful. Go ahead and follow along if you're interested to follow my journey on what it's like to recover from gastric bypass surgery and get healthy.